Hi everyone, I'm Allie McPhee with Modern Goddess Lifestyle, and I'm here with my sweet beloved sister, Rena Yassiri, and so grateful that this sister has popped on here to share with us some divine wisdom about her experience with juicy feminine leadership. I want to first introduce who this goddess is, and so excited that I got to hold space for her in a group program for 12 weeks. Rena is a world-class energy healer. She is a health coach, a restorative yoga teacher, and the founder of Inside Job Healing LLC, a cutting-edge health and wellness practice focused on creating balance in clients' lives on a physical, emotional, and chemical level. So excited to have you here with us, Rena. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Allie, for having me.
Absolutely, love. And so I'm just curious about when you came to Juicy Feminine Leadership. You know, a lot has manifested, of course. We were talking about this right before. And, you know, it's been a little less than a month since we finished the program. So I'm curious to hear what has manifested in your life since the program.
Well, thanks, Allie. I have to say, so when we talked in the summer about the program, I had a very auspicious sign to take the program, and I'm so glad that I did because I ended up marrying my beloved in October, and the program started at the end of September. So it was amazing. I started the program single and went through the tantric practices with my beloved. So that was incredible. I was able to heal a lot of priestess wounds of, being afraid to be seen. I don't think I would have done this kind of interview before the program because it would have been too much exposure to talk about my spiritual gifts and how I'm a female spiritual entrepreneur wanting to help shift consciousness and help other sisters and brothers find their voice and be in their authentic truth. And follow their dharma. So this interview, I don't think would have been possible. So thank you so much for holding space and allowing me to truly be seen.
Totally. I feel you, Rena. And I feel that you are so connected to just the divine and the subtle frequencies, the messages we get from the universe. And sometimes when we are so connected, we can have that fear of showing up and being seen for all the magic that we have within that we're wanting to help serve others with. And so it was exciting to be able to support you through that block, the fear of being seen. I know you had something you wanted to tell me further around that. So if you'd like to, I'm ready to hear.
I love it. I love it. So I recently took on a fabulous intern and we just started this week. So she's an amazing wellness assistant. And guess what she's already done? She's already reached out to the Indy Star and the Broad Ripple newspaper to actually talk about our business and what we do. So we are reaching out to public media outlets. We're talking about print, TV, radio, that kind of thing for us to share the Lifestyle Reset and Thrive program that I'd like to, share with potential new clients and our yoga and t-shirt line and our clean beauty products. So we're actually, we're coming out there and we're going public. So that's really exciting for me because in the past I was playing small and mom and popping it as a trauma therapist and, an energy healer and health coach here in Indianapolis. And now we're ready to take on a global national market. So it's very, very exciting.
Woo!
So thanks for being part of the healing journey, sister.
Totally. I'm so glad you just shared that news with me on camera before we made this interview because that's exciting. Wow. And I know you've had a lot of these things brewing underneath the surface for a long time. So to hear that you're actually now going to get the publicity to share everything that you've been birthing, that's huge, Rena. And I'm so excited for you. And yeah, I'm just reflecting because when we had this course, you were literally showing up every week. I think you only missed one and because you were traveling, there was big things going on in your life. And we still felt your energy so strongly with us, even the week you weren't there. And so I know that you really showed up and it was such a blessing being able to have you with us, seeing your dedication, your devotion, and seeing everything that was coming to the surface and what you were working through and what you were sharing. It was such a blessing and definitely is an honor to have hold space for a student like that is fully invested in herself. And so I do feel like your commitment to your growth is some of the reason, is definitely part of the reason why all of this is exploding right now that you just shared with me.
Well, thank you. I also just shared with you before we got on this interview that I did one of our embodiment practices, and I recommend you to my clients as well. I love your past lover wound clearing and all that good stuff. I feel like a lot of the practices you share in the course are not only practical, but they're transformative. And I also teach my clients body embodiment practices, but it's not going to work unless they do them. And so that's why, for me, it's like the proof is in the pudding, right? It's not, you can offer the best content in your courses, and you do, but people have to do them and be committed, because once you do the practice, it's not just doing it once, right? It's making it part of your regular regimen or your routine. So for me, like, for example, I told you my puppy loves to do the yoni steaming. And so my puppy and I do yoni steaming every couple of weeks. And so I just think it's really important for us, with self-care practices that we learn from beautiful goddesses and healers like you and me, to do them, to do the practice and to show up, and to know that it's not a one and done.
So true. Powerful words. Yeah. So I hear you're still integrating with the yoni steaming, making that a part of your monthly, every other week ritual. Are there any other practices that you felt like that you learned from the course that maybe during the practice itself, when you were learning, you're like, what is this? And then you ended up having a breakthrough? Or I'm just curious to hear which other practices were supportive, which ones you liked, which other ones you're still working with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love the jade egg practice. I love the different yoni practices that we did to release trauma. I really loved the breast massage. I loved the embodiment practices, the sensual practices, the tantric breathwork practices. And it was really nice because I had a partner to actually practice with since I married my beloved and he moved in during the course. So I had a very, captive audience, let's just say. So that was absolutely stunning, and it transformed our relationship and brought us so much closer and such a deeper level of intimacy. And it's just been beautiful, Ali. I really have to tell you, I'm so happy that it was the perfect timing for me.
I love that. And I love that you got to share these practices with him and that he was so receptive. It's beautiful. And for those that are listening, they're like, well, I want to take this course and I don't have a beloved in my life. Like, you can totally learn these practices and practice with yourself in the self-pleasure rituals. And then when you embody them, eventually share them with your beloved. And like, if you do have a beloved and you're thinking like, I don't think he's interested in all this spiritual woo-woo stuff, like, I don't know how to talk to him about it, we do have a video in the course by Taylor Clark Johnson, who is our only male speaker in the Juicy Experts, and he talks about how to talk to your beloved about these spiritual practices and invite your beloved in. But it's so awesome to hear, Rena, that application was there and that you got to share this with yourself and with him at the same time. Like, how beautiful! What a gift!
Thank you. And you're right. I did do a lot of practices on my own as well. Because like the Lizzo song Soulmate, right? You have to be your own soulmate first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I couldn't agree more, and the more connected you are with yourself and your sexuality, the more that you're going to be connected with your partner.
Totally. So feel it. Wise words. So I think you pretty much like shared why you came to this course, which was wanting to be seen and that fear that came up. Is there any other thing that you were struggling with that led you into your decision of joining us in this 12-week container? And if so, what was the breakthrough that has come from that?
Wow, that's a really good question. Yeah, I think for the most part, the reason that I wanted to join was, for the business breakthrough. Like I said, I just have so many gifts to offer and share. And I was just scared. I was scared to, come out of the spiritual closet, if you will, and really, share my gifts with the world, because I had some blocks around that from the past. I think the other thing was just, being fully, sexual and wild and, being in my full essence and my divine feminine, beauty and sensuality. I think that we've had so many messages, through different cultures and religions that sexuality is bad or it's sinful and, a lot of negative messaging around self-pleasure. And what I love that I learned about in the course is that, I am, like I said, I'm an energy healer and trauma release specialist. And what I loved is that you use tantric practices in order to help us release trauma and blocks around money, blocks around being seen, or blocks around self-love or self-acceptance or different things. Like, so many things came up for all of us. And just using different sexual practices, not just for self-gratification, but actually healing. And just listening to some of the older wise crones in the course, and just knowing that you can be juicy at any age, regardless if you're in your moon pause or older in life. And that's just really, really inspiring to me, because I do feel like I'm a vibrant, sexual, beautiful woman, and I want to be juicy, and there's no expiration date on being juicy. So I think that's really important. And
Yes.
thing
Yes.
also is the sisterhood. The sisterhood. I mean, I cannot tell you. I was just telling you before this conversation that, I mean, just to feel that sense of unity and to basically just let go of that separation consciousness and know that we are all a family. It's a unity. You are me, I am you. And just to have that support. For so long, women weren't supporting each other. They were competing against each other. And there was the good old boys network. So I'm just so happy that the sisterhood and the goddess is rising, and we're not in competition with each other. We're supporting each other. We're loving each other. We're lifting each other. We're holding space for each other. And I cannot tell you how much this has deepened my relationships with clients, with my girlfriends, with my mother, with my ancestry, my lineage. Just, it's healed so much. And that in itself is invaluable, that you can get that kind of connection online with other women and not even be in a live setting. I'm still in touch with the sisters today.
Wow, Rena, thank you so much for sharing this experience and all the dynamics and the multi levels of topics that we touch on, and how deeply that touched you and how it affected all of these personal relationships that you've had. And thank you, sister. And again, I just want to reiterate, like, thank you for showing up. Thank you for saying yes to your soul and your dharma and doing the work, because it's not always easy. Like, when we're going through these breakthroughs, a lot can come up. And when these things come to the surface to be seen and we work through them, it can shift our physical reality. And then things start shifting here as well, which can feel uncomfortable at times because we're going through a change. And I just want to honor you and all the changes that you went through, and yeah, everything that you just described. Thank you. Thank you, sis.
Thanks, Allie. I love you so much. And I believe that you are such a tremendous light on this planet. And I hope that a lot more women get exposed to your transformative work and just your beautiful spirit and your loving heart. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want women to know about you as well. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have going on right now and where we can find you?
Definitely. Thank you. So there's a lot going on. Like I said, we have the online lifestyle programs that are geared towards detoxification and mental health and being your authentic self. So very much in alignment with you, with your work, Allie, just in a different flavor. And so you can find, you can watch free videos on that at go.renayasiri.com. And if you're interested in our clean beauty line of aromatherapy sprays, or our yoga, fun spiritual wear, it's like Spiritual Gangster meets Lululemon, feel free to go on our online shop at insidejobhealing.com. Yeah, definitely. There's just a lot going on. So I'm going to leave it at that. So if you want to know more, you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook at Inside Job Healing. So
Inside Job Healing. Thank you so much, love. Again, honoring you. And I just love that catchphrase. You said Spiritual Gangster meets Lululemon. Like, genius.
Let me tell you, our tagline is "This shit works."
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Well, thank you, beauty. And if anyone's watching this and they're like, whoa, I want to learn more about this course, you can check it out at moderngoddesslifestyle.com, the Work With Me tab, Juicy Feminine Leadership. There is an application. We currently have a waiting list, and we would love to hear more about your dreams and goals and how we can hold space for your transformation. All right. Blessings, everybody. Mwah. Thanks, Rena.
Love you, girl. Bye.